the fun is. Let's go to the middle of our screen. We've got Lu versus Henry. White has sacrificed a piece. White has sacrificed a pawn, which is a type of a piece, depending on your usage of the word piece. And white is hoping to attack quickly before black can catch up in development. But black is starting to stabilize despite that lack of development problem that we noticed before.
Mm-hmm. And a very interesting decision here because the rook came to e1. And I was going to say the question was, could black have just gone bishop takes bishop and just sacrificed the queen in order to get all of these pieces as compensation? We'll never know whether that was actually possible, as now queen to d7 and now knight to d2. And as the blue arrow is indicating it, everything is looking fantastic for white. The pieces are ready to jump into the game.
Okay, well, it looked like black's idea. If we go back just one move here, black's idea was to move the rook over to d8 to try to get rid of these really strong bishops that are preventing you from castling and attacking the bishop on e6 as well. Apparently, the knight was supposed to come to d2, maybe because the knight is stronger on e4, but the knight went to the a3 square. Computer hates this move, and after knight to a3, we had castles queenside. Don't forget the rule. I think it was Kirchnoy who forgot, or maybe it was Karpov, that the square b8, you can still castle despite b8 being attacked. So surprisingly, it's almost like a freestyle chess game where you forget that castling can sometimes solve all your problems. I'm not sure all of black's problems are solved because we have an open c file, but black has at least got the king off of that very weak e file.
Yes, yeah, I think the king will be feeling very relieved at least to have some cover. And as you mentioned there, it does feel really random. I do like this knight c4. I do feel that black isn't really out of the woods just yet because you have ideas of rook c1, b4, b5, and black is going to have to play very carefully in order to survive this. I think the first point of call is to try to exchange off that bishop on d6, which is really being a nuisance.
Let me ask you a question. The computer says knight c4 best move. Knight c4, what if black plays b5 in response? I know it's super weakening, but how does white save all the pieces? Can white play knight and rook c1?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Knight to c4 played. Knight e5 is in the air. Rook c1 as well, as that's going to be an idea to back up. I mean, you have to do something like b5 because otherwise this whole plan of going rook c1 is going to be so unpleasant. So b5, go all in. And then what about knight e5? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, knight e5, and the knight is so strong. If you take it, though, then the bishop takes, and white at least saves the piece, still can attack on the open c file. But what if you take the bishop? So b5, okay, I'm going to overwrite the blue arrow with an orange arrow. I have that power. Knight to e5, you take the bishop. I don't think knight f7 is a problem. I guess rook on a to c1 is the problem. Okay, we're about to see it. All the stuff that we've been looking at is about to happen. Knight e5, and now queen takes bishop. Oh, you can probably just play knight takes knight straight away, because if the queen takes back, then there's a rook c1 trick. So again, queen takes, yes. Knight takes would have been the proper move order.
Yeah. Okay, well, we didn't see that. The players instead choosing something else. Well, this one's very interesting as well, because the argument is the king can live a happy life on b7, and then the rook can slide up to f5. And once you start pushing white back, then sorry, the central pawns are going to be so good.
And Henry has got that sort of 1980s MTV music video color scheme. He looks like he's a music video from the band Aha. He's got those yellow and red and blue colors there, at least on my screen. So he's not, though. He's playing a chess game. He's not a 1980s music video. We might actually want to just report that Yagiz will play more chess on Sunday. He will try to avenge his finals loss because he has won his game. Guess what? As black against Sina Mohaved, he moves to 7 points, and he is guaranteed a spot in the knockout portion tomorrow. Sina is still looking really good with 6, but we're going to stay here because Henry needs to go 2 out of 2 and needs Sina to lose in the final round to have a chance at a tiebreak. So it's all or nothing here for Henry as black.
Yes, and Mike, just to update you, Mike, that unfortunately the disconnection gambit struck, and Sina Mohaved disconnected, couldn't quite reconnect back in time, and we'll see whether he can come back and reconnect in time. Otherwise, oh goodness, it's horrible when the technical gremlins strike. But as we're seeing on our cameras, we're seeing that Henry is the one that is taken over control. We said it, as soon as the momentum had changed for white, Rookie won. And okay, well, this is also good enough. You're going to pick up B2 and A2, and those 2 pawns on the queen side, they're going to be the ones promoting.
Okay, guards with
it's a
the
race.
king.
Now
yeah,
comes
one
the
of Black's
pawn.
advantages is that Black is going to promote with check. So you can already think of Black as being sort of up in a tempo. Black's going to put the rook on B5, and notice the B4 pawn is too fast for the white king. The white king is outside the square of the pawn. Black guards everything, and this pawn on B3, I think it's already unstoppable. And there we go. Henry takes care of business against Lu, and with the disconnection, we're going to really hope Sina gets online quickly. Do we have any games remaining in this round?